That 2025 marks the 60th anniversary of the fundamental principles of the International Red Cross and Red Cross movement. These 7 fundamental principles, humanity, impartiality, neutrality, independence, voluntary service, unity and universality, sum up the ethics of the worldwide movement, the tools and methods it uses to achieve its goal of alleviating suffering wherever it may be found, and the organisational principles that support its operations and impact. The motion acknowledges the significant impact these 7 fundamental principles have had in alleviating suffering, particularly in times of conflict, crisis and other emergencies, both here in Australia and around the world, and it commends the Australian Red Cross and all members of the International Red Cross Crescent for its principled humanitarian action, its impartial, independent approach, taking only action and never sides. Mr. President, the 7 fundamental principles of the International Red Cross movement are an ethical and operational framework that are binding on all of its members, and they help that it ensures it is an organisation that is trusted the world over. These principles are not just a theory, they act as a guide and a guardrail for the movement's work every day. They exist to enable and protect the work and its people for today and tomorrow, often in places where it's challenging or dangerous to go. The 7th of October marked the day 60 years ago when the movement's 7 fundamental principles were first adopted in Vienna at the 1965 Red Cross Red Crescent International Conference. The 4 yearly international conferences are attended by states party to the 1949 Geneva Conventions. So that's every country in the world, Mr. President, and all members of the global humanitarian movement. The International Committee of the Red Cross was established in 1963, and straight away national societies grew around the world. Today, the independent principle sits at the heart of the unique partnership of these movements, and national societies have developed around the world to support this work. Through independence, as recognised in the 1941 Royal Charter establishing the Australian Red Cross, the organisation is auxiliary to the humanitarian services of the government, and it carries out a range of really important functions. It obviously supports people in war-torn areas, but it also provides vital support to people in communities that might be struggling. And indeed, Mr. President, I've recently had cause to avail myself of the Red Cross services when I gave a plasma donation for the first time as a result of the laws being changed to enable gay men like myself to make a donation. I think the vital blood donation service demonstrates one of the many vital supports that this organisation provides to our community. In terms of the fundamental principles and what they mean for the communities that are served by the Red Cross, in Australia it means that when people arrive at an evacuation or a recovery centre or places where they're displaced by flood, fire or cyclone, and they see someone wearing the Red Cross vest, they know that they're going to receive support and care. The Red Cross also provides a range of submissions and advocates in the policy space and is a trusted voice on many issues, particularly those impacting vulnerable South Australians and our community more broadly. As I mentioned, I've seen the work of the Red Cross in various capacities over the years, more recently when I went to do a plasma donation. But I was also invited to come along and look at the excellent partnership that they had formed with Uber to encourage people to pass on clothing so that it might have a second life elsewhere. Uber actually very generously offered to go and collect clothing from people's homes, took that to the Red Cross collection point, and then members of the community were able to come and access that through the Red Cross op shops. One of, again, the many examples of the Red Cross doing good work in our community. So I'm sure I speak for all members of Parliament when I say that we commend the principles of the Red Cross as they are truly international, and we thank everybody associated with the Red Cross for the vital work that they do to assist members of our community here locally, but also the vital work that they do to assist people that are in really difficult circumstances across the globe.
Sir, I move the debate be now adjourned.